talk about the game a little bit. More high scoring maybe than you probably would have thought it was, but what did you think out there?
Well, I think it was opening night. You know, I think it was our first game of the year, and I think in a lot of ways you can certainly see it. Like we talk all the time. If there's one of our many phrases is win the last three. That's what it comes down to. Every day I tell our guys that. It says no matter what, win the last three. The first six are important, but no matter what happens there, if you're down, when you get to the seventh inning, then you got to have confidence to battle your way back. And if you're up, you got to have the poise to hold on to it. And once it was at seventh inning, going into it was 7-7, I believe. So we did it tonight. That's what I told the guys. That we did a good job. We battled back. The reason we did that, though, is because of our confidence. However, we have to play much, much better fundamental baseball. We have to. Listen, I'm proud of our guys, and I'm pleased with their effort because of the confidence, and we did it, and our talent in a lot of ways kind of showed through there. But fundamentally wise, we did not play a very good game, and we need to get better. I mean, you can do a lot of what ifs. That's the whole point. I told those guys, listen, your standards have to be at the top of the charts. I mean, if you want to be a top 20 program in the country, your team, they got to be at the highest level. And we got to play better. We had opportunities to cash the guys in, you know what I mean, at third base and get the runs, and we walked too many guys, 2 outs, etc. So at the end of the day, I'm proud of them because our confidence got us through there. We just got to continue to get better every single day.
What did you think of Brian Adkins for a first outing?
I thought Brian did okay. You know, I mean, I thought Brian's outing was kind of similar to that of our team. I thought everything tonight was okay, and I thought everybody in every aspect of the game we can do better. Yeah, we can do better, and that's not a negative thing. I mean, that's just reality. You know, we can play better, and I'm going to keep saying that until we play the perfect game. But I said, you know, if you remember at media day the other day, I says, look, the most important thing is that we play fundamentally sound. That's what I want to see as a coach, and we can do better than that. And we got a great challenge playing 18 innings tomorrow.
19 walks. You guys drew 19 walks. That's a UCF record, by the way. 16 was the previous number.
Yeah, I mean, listen. There's no secret that our offense is very good. I mean, our offense is very good. And I certainly thought going into the year that offensively, you know, we had an opportunity and we should be one of the best offenses in the country, and we were last year. So offensively, you know, we're in pretty good shape, but we need to tighten a few things up. You know, I mean, we just need to tighten a few things up, really in all aspects. So tonight's a great lesson. Got to be able to bounce back.
Can you talk about Brian Brown's 2 innings?
Yeah, I mean, Brian's got to be better. I mean, he's got to be better, and he is better. You know, Brownie's better. That's why I went to him. That's how we drew it up. I said, we're going to go to Adkins, and we're going to go right to Brian Brown if the game is even remotely close. And look, Brownie's a senior. Brownie's had a great career here. Brownie's going to have a great year for us. Tonight, you know, he needs to be better. I mean, there's 2 outs and nobody on, and that just led to it. We barely gave up a couple of runs. So, but Brian knows that, and he'll be better. I got all the confidence in the world in Brian Brown. He's going to be right back out there tomorrow. Roman's going to be back out there tomorrow. Joe's going to be back out there tomorrow. But I think everybody's outing, and us collectively, we need to play better fundamentally.
We saw one of the new arms tonight, Roman Madrid, in that setup role. Is that kind of going to be his niche, maybe?
That's going to be his deal. Yep. I think you can look for Jimmy Reed and Roman Madrid, you know, late in the game before we get to Joe. Hey, but on days too, that Joe, you know, he's thrown back-to-back, then we can close with Roman or Jimmy also. But those 3 guys are kind of the back end of our bullpen.
Coach, the long game tonight and the doubleheader coming up tomorrow, are we going to see any tweaks in the lineup?
There's a chance of that. Yeah, there's a chance of that. You know, I think it's important that a lot of it, that what we deem maybe the right guys, you know, get opportunities. But, you know, listen, it's early in the year, and I don't necessarily know who all of those guys are. It's going to be quite a challenge tomorrow. You know, last week we did the same thing in practice. Last Saturday night we practiced at 6:30. And then we turned right around and practiced, I think, at 11 o'clock in the morning. So it was the same deal. And so I told the guys, listen, this is kind of why we did it. I didn't know it was going to be drawn up because of the doubleheader, obviously. I'm not that smart. My point being is that we've been there and kind of done that. So we need to really regroup tomorrow.
What did you think of opening night? I guess 2038 was the attendance. Maybe the rain might have held some folks away, but it was still a pretty good crowd. I think it's 6th largest in UCF history.
Great, yeah, no, it's great. Like I said, I mean, it was a great night. It was a little bit wet early, but great night. So obviously unveiled the new stadium, the renovations, and I know we had a great turnout in the club. And I hope the people, and I'm sure there's a lot of people here tonight that might have been maybe their first opportunity, or maybe haven't haven't come back in a while. And I certainly hope that they enjoyed the experience, that they will come back. That's what we're trying to do. You know, and I said this earlier. All of the stadium renovations, everything, it all goes hand in hand. You know, it's all part of building a program and continue to enhance it. And I thought we had a great crowd tonight, and I hope they keep coming out.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, guys. Appreciate you coming. Thanks for staying around. Thank you. Appreciate it.